Singapore employers say any hike in their CPF contributions for older workers would result in higher business costs and may affect the employability of older workers.
The Central Provident Fund, or CPF, is a compulsory savings scheme for Singapore workers. Those who turn 50 will get a 4 percentage point cut in their employer's contribution rate. By the time they reach 60, the contribution falls to 6.5%. As Singaporeans live and work longer, there's a need to help them save more for retirement. That's why the labour movement has called on the government to raise employer CPF contributions for older workers. But for employers, cost is naturally the biggest gripe.
The overall cost of retaining older workers adds to the overall cost of doing business, which is already reflected as possibly, I think, the number one concern of SMEs today.
Others say it's not the right time for a hike.
I think we should postpone it when times are better. And if there's a need to, then the increase should be very marginal.
And that, Mr. Chan says, should be less than 1%. Employers say raising CPF contribution rates will disadvantage older workers.
If you actually price older workers, beyond what employers can afford, that's not actually going to end up helping them.
Who knows? The global situation is so volatile. That it could turn again, and if we do have a recession, and if your wages are high, you could be the first one to go, the older workers, you see, and then make it more difficult for you to be re-employed.
In a closed-door dialogue with an NTUC, Prime Minister Lee Hsien Loong said employers' CPF contributions for workers above 50 years old will go up. The question now is at what age should they cut CPF contributions?
Well, I want to say 60, but I think the government is never so bold. 55 may be a good place to start and be more gradual in the reduction.
If a hike in employers' contributions for older workers is inevitable, some bosses we spoke to suggest that employees' contributions should be increased as well to help build up their nest eggs for when they retire.